Hello everyone, it's been a long time since I've made a basic how-to karate video going through the basics and stuff. I've previously done things like your Age Uke and your Chudan Uke, Gedan Uke, Gedan Barai and stuff like that. And I thought today I would go through Soto Uke. It's another really simple basic block that you learn right from the beginning. So this is a tutorial for people that don't really know it at all. When you first learn it, you're taught to come right up around here and to the centre, then like this. And this is fine when you're first learning the shape. The idea of coming up here is to learn this motion here, this shape here, because if someone's punching you or attacking or whatever they're doing, you don't really want to go all the way up here, because if there's an attack coming in here or here, whatever, going all the way up here is a waste of time. But it's really important to do this when you're first learning, because it teaches you the shape. So that's why they teach it. Once you've got beyond like the beginner status of the move, and maybe you're doing like free sparring, kumite, randori, whatever, you might just simply do the block like so, and like that it works really well, because you've already spent a few 100,000 of these learning how to do the shape, so when it comes straight into it you can go straight in. That's why you do that. Also, this block on its own isn't really effective without a hip movement or like a taisabaki movement or some kind of movement, because this block really, it's a karate block designed to deflect a karate style punch, which is generally straight. It's hard to demonstrate on myself, but if you imagine I've got a straight punch coming in here and I do that to there, it's not really going to block it, it's still going to come through. So this works best with movement. It works really well with taisabaki. You can come in, then you imagine there'd be a punch here, you can grab it, do whatever. So it works best with movement. All the blocks work best with movement. Ideally, the block is just an insurance policy. If someone's come in a straight line punch, there you go. That's all you need, really. You don't need all this palaver. It's just, there you go. But it's there, it's an insurance policy. So, doing this, get the hips involved. Different styles, different systems. Some will leave the hips like so. Other styles will have the hips snapping back, so it brings it round, but then it always snaps back. The same with like punching. You launch it and then it snaps back, or you leave it out. It just depends on the style. So that's your basic standing. When you're a beginner, when you're learning, you might do a few 100,000 of these, all standing in line, doing this. Then you move on. A bit more hip movement. Another exercise which is good. Hold your arms up like so. And imagine that your arms are blocking. Your arms are now fixed in relation to your body. Just literally move the hips. This will teach you to move the hips, that the block works best with the hips. Literally just do this. This actually works well just standing there. Or you can have someone punching you on a count, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, it's hard to demonstrate this on my own, but this is the general shape of the Soto Uke, and just do that. So all it is, it's exactly the same manoeuvre as doing this, but now you're just doing this. It's the same thing. And it also gets the hips involved. Then once you've got that, then obviously you can then start just moving offline and then back. I always like to, when I was practicing full time, my ready stance would just be sort of like this and kind of relaxed, chilled out, and then I just move and in, move and back. And then obviously from there you can do a whole bunch of things. The opportunities from this position are endless. This block is also an integral part of Chudan Uke. This is Chudan Uke. block. When you first learn in the block, you might simply from there do the pull back like so, and then all the block is of this arm. That is an extremely basic and not very effective Chiren-uke. A good Chiren-uke, this is your blocking arm. I think I covered this briefly when I talked about Chiren-uke. That's your blocking arm. Soto Uke. Soto Uke there first. So Soto is the first part of the block. That's the most important part because it's already out. If an attack's coming, use the hand that's already out. It's the same. You could be doing it as a parry. It's the same thing. Soto Uke is traditionally closed fist, but if you're just doing a parry, it's the same maneuver as the Soto. Again, with this Chiren-uke, block, block, and then you just kind of blend it all into one movement, like so. Again with the hips, it's so much easier. When people realise they can do this, it just makes everything so much smoother and quicker, simpler, and it uses a lot less energy. Maybe you block in. I also covered this with the Hike-uke, that part there. Again, it's the same maneuver really, it's the same thing. Yes, my hand is now open, the arm's facing the other way. It was that way. It's the same, exactly the same principle as that, but now it's just starting there. And then that just opens up a whole bunch of other things. Maybe there's a punch coming in to the face and you want to parry. Okay, you might say, well, that's completely different, but you're still learning to come across. It's the same. Parry, or maybe you parry low and punch high, like so. Parry, parry. It doesn't really feel right just standing doing a move like that. It needs some kind of movement and fluidity to the whole body. So a punch comes in, maybe I step off line and parry, like so. But the coming across motion, again, it's the same. The height might be different and you might turn the hand around, but the actual essence of it is to block across the midline in that kind of motion. It's the same thing, it's exactly the same. So anyway, that's Soto Uke. Obviously, as I said before, you wouldn't do this in a combat situation. If someone's really fighting you for real, you wouldn't do this because it wastes time coming all the way up to the side. It wastes energy coming all the way up to the side, and you're also letting your attacker know what you're about to do because you've come all the way up here and they're like, oh yeah, look, I'm doing this, I'm going to come round. But it's to learn the shape. That's why it's so vitally important to learn the shape, so then you can just go straight into the Soto. Anyway, that's Soto Uke, very basic breakdown. It's a nice little maneuver. Again, as you see, it can be adapted to different things like parrying. It's in your Chiren-uke. It's just a nice little move. Okay, I'll be doing some other basics as well. So check out the playlist of my basic karate breakdowns, which I am going to put here. So you should see a playlist there, and I will see you again soon. Alright, bye.